They are fucking not. There are a lot of dudes in touch with their feminine side that will not admit it. For real. And it's a lot of dudes, it's a lot of females that are more in touch with their masculine side more than the men. You know what I mean? Like, I've met a few, now don't get me wrong now, it's not a ridiculous amount, but I have in my travels across the land of Hodom, I have met a few women that are just like dudes. I mean, straight up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, we end up being the best of friends type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's still where every now and again we do the hokey pokey. You understand me? But
That's it.
but we would still be, any other moment, we're the best of friends. I would know they're dudes, who they're messing with at the time, a boyfriend, whatever the fuck. But every now and again, it's the hokey pokey. But it never meant anything. And it never went anywhere. And it never...
Where?
You know what I mean? We've never had a moment of, I need to look into your eyes. None of that shit. You know, there was never that. You know what I mean? It was like joking and drinking and talking shit, and it'd be whole times that we didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't even want to call it strong because people get that mixed up. It's just a certain person that can distinguish and separate the two. Because for me, and I tell people constantly, like, if you talk to a woman, you give her a description of sex, they call that intimacy, and they be like, they had to be in tune with a person, all that shit. And, that's why we use the vulgar term. We talking about sex, we say fucking, you understand me? I can actually have sex without any type of feeling whatsoever. And not just one time. Like, most dudes can do it one time. And, like a one night stand type of deal, and don't have any feelings. But they can't do it multiple. That's most dudes. That's the difference. Like most women can't even do it the one time though, without having some type of feelings involved. But dudes, if they repeatedly seeing the same woman and do it 4 or 5 times, they're catching feelings. They might won't never admit it. They may never even admit it to the woman. And I'm gonna tell you something else too while I'm on this subject. If I hear one more dude trying to make themselves seem like they the biggest pimp and baller that ever lived, like they ain't never had a woman who they had feelings for that did them kind of like a dude and lie like that, I'm gonna talk about your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I'm like, I know damn well. Listen, I ain't trying to brag or nothing on myself, but I know I've been out there. You know what I'm saying? And I know I've had a multitude of different breed of, I'm a breeder. You understand me? I was. So I done had multitudes of women at the same time that knew about each other. And this is called WPIMP for a reason. You understand me? Is what I'm getting at. So, so for somebody like me, and I know it's happened to me, I refuse to believe that shit ain't happened to you. Kiss my black ass. All right? Like, everybody done had a female that you knocked that thing out the pocket. You understand me? You was up in there doing the 30-second motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You done did the motherfucker up in there. And she still was like, I still don't want to be your girlfriend, though. You know? Every man done been there. If a mama tell you that shit, they lying. And it may be a reason, like the one chick that I wanted to be. And it's crazy because, you know what? Before I let y'all too much into my shit, it's gonna make me sound kind of like a player. Well, ain't no kind of nigga. I was a player. You understand me? But it it was like I had 2 women, right? And both of the women knew each other, but the one woman that I really wanted didn't want me. You understand? Both of the women knew each other. Full out. You know what I'm saying? They knew I was fooling with both of them, but the one I wanted is not the one that wanted me. The one I really didn't want was the one that wanted me. Just like Smoke said, make it a challenge. The one you don't want, the one you don't want gonna be the one you want. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my point is this. She didn't mind, goddammit, doing the what's the name in the song. So, to my getting down. That was never a problem. Didn't mind that. She just didn't want to be like my woman. You know what I'm saying? So, it was funny because the chick who wanted to be used to kind of crack on me about it. You know what I'm saying? like Like she was like, mm-hmm. You see, she don't want you, don't. You really want her though, just because she don't want you. She used to kind of like knock on me about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you pursuing her just because she don't want you. Like I don't know. I think it's just because the heifer told me no. It's kind of fucking with me a little bit or something. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking with my man pride and some shit. God damn it. But you know what I'm saying? It's like the one that got away. Because back then it was hardly ever motherfuckers that told me no. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what Smoke said is true. Part of it is because motherfuckers said no, you know. But then part of it is also men. I think we do kind of want what we don't supposed to have. Probably because it's taboo. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But some deep psychological shit or something. But I can still do it. Like even with her, even though I kind of wanted her to be, I still was doing it, and it didn't bother me. And most women can't do that. They will still try to push it, you know, no matter what, and make it so awkward and fucked up that you have to cut it off and just not do it anymore. But at the same time, I've seen dudes do that too. I've seen men do that shit for real. Like, but the woman, that's what they wanted. And I'm talking about multiple times. Like, well, dudes that you would thought was a player, you know, a pimp, a born a Mac nigga, you know what I'm saying? And the female just trying to get her Jones on. You know, she's just having a good time. And this nigga all like want to do all kind of, you know, shit. Let's lay down and cuddle type shit. You know what I'm saying? But in my experiences and my travels, what I'm getting at is most people can't. And I don't even think, I think it's more men that can do it than women, of course. But I want to say I don't think most people can, period. Not repeatedly. Not seeing the same person over and over, like years and years of relationships of doing that. I don't think so. No, not in my experience. Because if it was, it would be a lot of people like that, and it's not. It's really not. It's like most people that have casual relationship, like for example, what's y'all longest running casual relationship? People, y'all can come in the chat room and say the same thing too. Longest running.
Mine right now is 9 months. I'll say a few months.
You know what my longest running casual relationship is, dog?
What?
I'm almost scared to say.
Bro, I know you ain't gonna go no 4-5 years.
Shit. It might be, it's longer than that, goddammit. It's longer than that, goddammit.
You stupid. Boy, you stupid.
I promise to God, I ain't lying. I'm dead serious. I'm talking about never was a girlfriend, none of that shit. Never was that. Just a casual dude. I don't even want to say, but it's long as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's long as fuck. And I don't know. Some people can't do it though. Some people just, they don't have the capability to do it. They go catch feelings at some point. Somebody go catch feelings, get mad about something, get mad about somebody seeing somebody something. A lot of people can't do it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everybody been in a situation where you were trying to do it, and sooner or later somebody's going to ask that question. What are we doing?
What are we?
Yep. What are we or what are we doing? Somebody going to ask that fucking question.
Nothing.
Like, motherfucker, I'm talking about.
Like,
I've had, in my lifetime, I've had at least 3 that were really long. And I'm talking about long, way longer than 2 years. Way long. And not at any point were we ever boyfriend or girlfriend, and they never asked me that question. At any point. Like, what are we doing and why we can't do this? Or did they ever try to straighten me by a female or something like that? At any point. One reason is what Mike said about the communication. Because I'm blatantly honest, which most men are not. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do like a lot of lying like most people do. So, cause that's where a lot of that shit come from. Like most dudes gonna lie to the woman to get what they want out of them. Let's just be real right now. You know what I'm saying? Like to make them believe that they have feelings some type of way or something. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't lie like that.
But that don't work though. Yeah,
I mean, no, yes the fuck it do.
Yes,
it
it works.
A lot of women want to be lied to.
Works against you. Yeah, it works against you in the end, though.
Yeah, it's gonna snap you in the ass. See, I've never done that. I've never told a woman in my life that I love them that I didn't love. Never. I've never told a woman in my life that I like them if I ain't like them. Never. I never told a woman in my life if they asked me some dumb shit like, do you feel like you could be with me at any point in life? Ask me some dumb shit like that, and I'd be like, I'm seriously thinking in my mind, fuck no. I've never in my life went, yeah, I can see that. But like, no, nah, ain't no way in the fuck, no, ever. They be like, ever? Nigga, never. And that's probably why I've never had that type of thing happen. And so now they know exactly what it is. So there's no reason to ever expect nothing crazy. Just like if I have no intentions, for example, of ever like being serious with you like that, like say you were a female or whatever, back in the day, I'm not meaning your mama or your kids or your sister or your whole fucking body. You know what I'm talking about? None of that. And so even if you tried that shit, I'm gonna be like, nope, I gotta go. Nothing that makes that connection to make you think we're taking a step. I wouldn't allow it to happen. So like say for instance, if I was over to your house and like your mother or sister, somebody came over there, I'm leaving. I wouldn't meet your kids, none of that shit. Because that's not what we are. And that's how I think a lot of those relationships that get confused like that, that's what's making them confused. Shit sound cold, but that's how you get, it's like you almost forcing them to make a decision. Either they're going to roll with it or they ain't, the way that it is, to make the decision. Instead of having hope that it's going to turn into something else. And you know that it's not.
Yeah, that hope will get you fucked up.
Man, I do that, man, bruh. I've had all the questions y'all talk about. I've had all those questions asked. Do you see yourself getting married one day? That's how the question always starts or something, especially when you're real young. And I'm like, yeah, one day. Do you see yourself ever marrying me? Now, in my mind, the answer would be like, fuck no. But me being polite, thinking to myself, I may have to hit this pussy once or twice later on, I would be like, no, I don't think so. I don't see that happening. And if they ask me why, see, don't I say, with me, you don't want to dig into those questions too far, because then I'm going to start answering shit, Hey, it's been a many times that those questions get asked, and Big used to be around, and Big would be dying laughing, because he can't believe that they asked me this shit, and I'm actually answering it, He used to always be the one like, don't ask nothing that you don't want him to actually answer now, because he going to answer that shit. I tell a joke or something. I'll be like, I've had answers when people ask me that, well, why not? You have no ambition. You pretty much, I don't see your life going nowhere. And on each person that I ever said stuff like that about, their life went nowhere. They're in the exact same spot they were at when we had the conversation, when I was like in my 20s. You know what I mean? Like I can see that in people. Stuff like that. Or if it's something drastically wrong, like with your demeanor, or like, how you meet a female, like when you were younger and you can clearly tell they're an asshole and they're going to be an asshole for the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? They're a mean person. They're just an asshole. It's just not the kind of person, you could be with or tolerate for a long time. But for the moment, their ass and that booty and them titties are looking delicious. You understand me? But in your heart, I don't care how much you try to take it, you're not going to be able to tolerate them for a long time. But for the moment, you're like, it's cool for the moment.
It'll work for the moment.
So if you ask me that, I'm going to tell you that. Well, where do you want to talk to me initially? Bitch, because you fine as a motherfucker. That's why I want to... Don't ask me no shit like that. I'm going to tell the truth. You fine as hell. Have you seen yourself, motherfucker? That's like asking a cat why I want to drink milk. God damn it! Damn, girl, you're bad. You're bad. You shouldn't ask people shit like that. You know damn well that's the first thing we see. Come on now. That's another thing I hate too. Like, if it's a woman walking around and you got what you call the pants, spandex, whatever the fuck. That's not what they call that shit. What they call that shit? Leggings.
Tight.
Whatever. You got a cut off shirt on and